Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. I'm Felina from Beauty Head to Toe, and for today's video is going to be a bit of an experiment video actually. I decided to create this video for you guys because I was talking with a friend a few days ago and she told me, why don't you apply your makeup with your fingers? And I told her, apply my makeup with my fingers. It actually seems that the warmth of my fingers melt my foundation away, and I don't like the way my foundation looks because it gets a little bit patchy, and I don't like getting my hands dirty with the foundation, so I rather apply my products with a brush or a beauty blender. But after talking with her and seeing the little trend that's going around YouTube and Instagram of people applying their foundation with putting a beauty blender into a condom and using the latex condom to apply their foundation with, I realized, why don't I try to apply my foundation using a latex glove? I'm using my hands, but at the same time I'm not going to get my hands dirty, and I'm actually not going to absorb products. So I decided to give this a try. So this is going to be a bit of an experiment. We're going to try this out together. I'm planning to apply my primer, my foundation, my concealer, and cream contour, cream blush, and cream highlight with using the glove. I'm not going to apply powder though, because that will be a little bit tricky, so I suppose, and I would never apply powder with my bare hands anyway, so I would use a brush for the powder, but for the cream products I will use the latex glove, and we will see how that goes. I'm also planning to do half of my face actually wearing the glove, and the other half of my face actually using this little balloon I made out of a glove, the latex glove. I actually just purchased this in the local shop, in your local supermarket or whatever, so it's just a normal latex glove. And yeah, I normally use these to actually change my tragus piercing that I have here, because I find it really tricky to put it on. So I normally always have a box of latex gloves laying around the house, so I can use these to change them every time I'm changing the color. So that's what I use them for, but today we're going to use them to apply my makeup on. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, I have a hairband on just to keep my hair backwards, because I just came back from the gym. I had a shower, wash and dry my hair, and don't mind my flyaways. That is pretty much normal every time I blow dry my hair, so we'll leave it at that. First and foremost, I'm actually going to prime my face. I actually have only moisturizer on my face. I have nothing else on my skin, so I'm going to prime my skin using this City Color Collection primer spray. This is enhanced with aloe vera, long-lasting, paraben-free. I really like this primer. It smells good, and it kind of gives me a little bit of hydration on my skin. So I'm going to apply this first on my skin really quick. Let that set a little bit. And while that's setting, I'm going to put my glove on, and I'm going to go ahead and apply my other primer. And for my primer today, I'm going to be using my Allure Primer by Guerlain, because I will also be using my Peru Gold foundation by Guerlain. I love the foundation, and I love the combination of these two together. So I'm going to apply the primer, but I will apply this primer with my hand glove all over my face, and then I'm only going to blend out my foundation half of my face using the balloon, and the other half using my hands then. So go ahead and dot a little bit of this on my hands and apply that on my face. It's a little bit tacky. I don't know if it's just because of the feel of the glove on my hand, but it feels a little tacky. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply first the foundation on the first half of my face using my hand with my glove on. So I'll put a little bit of this on a finger like so, if you guys can see it there. And I'll just dot this everywhere. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I'm a little scared. It gets quite tacky. It's kind of hard to move the product around. If you're dabbing it in, it feels quite okay. If you're trying to rub it, oh my god, you guys, it emphasizes pores, but it makes my pores look so ginormous, as they have never looked this big before. I have large pores, but not that large. This is crazy. And of course this is going over my brows as well. Let's just roll with it. It's really hard to blend. and your glove starts to look really disgusting with the foundation on. it's hard to blend and the foundation seems to dry very quickly. Oh god, you guys, this thing does not work. I do not like how this is looking. But once you apply the foundation on the skin, it's kind of hard to blend, but it looks like you're able to kind of, if you dab it in, it seems to kind of make those pores a little bit more invisible. But they're still ginormous. And not only pores, but it emphasizes like marks that I have on my face as well, like from previous breakouts or whatever, little holes that I have on my face. Oh god, you guys. I'm gonna apply a little bit more to build up the coverage here. This is horrible. And I'm trying to apply the best I can everywhere, kind of even, but you have to go really a little bit by a little bit because it does. The foundation itself does not feel so tacky on the skin, but the glove feels really sticky. Can you guys see that? My pores, they look awful. I'm not giving up yet, you guys. We're gonna try. Do you guys see the difference? Even on the side of my face that I have nothing, my pores look smaller than on this side. They look absolutely enormous here. This is crazy. On my forehead, oh my god. I'm going to try, not giving up yet, we're still gonna try the little balloon. So I'm gonna go ahead. What should I do? Should I dot this on my face and then blend it in with the balloon? In theory, without a product, it kind of seems to dab it in just fine, but it also seems to be a little bit too big for my face, no? Well, I'm going to pick it with this hand, a little pea size, and then I will dot it in and try to blend this first. I'll pull the fingers aside like so and use the little palm. We'll see if it does anything different because of the air on the balloon. I hope this thing doesn't explode on my face. Uh-oh. With the balloon, it seems to fill up the pores slightly more, but still, it looks so awful. Oh my god. I don't think a condom would be any different because it's latex as well, and pretty much should look more or less the same, but it's very hard to blend everywhere because it's quite large. This is going to be... Did you guys just see what happened? This little thing exploded. So I'm gonna go ahead, because obviously that would not work. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to just continue with my latex glove that I have on my hand. So the balloon is a total fail. Well, actually both are a fail because I would never leave the house with the foundation the way this look. And actually, if you're trying to kind of blend by rubbing, it seems that you're dragging or pulling on your skin too much, and that can't be good. Oh god. It doesn't seem to blend at all. Blending this down the neck, forget it, because unless if you pump out another 5 pumps of this, you're not going to be able to do that. Well, we'll go ahead and continue. We're not gonna stop now, right? We're up to this point, so we're gonna continue on further. Let's move on to the next step, and the next step is going to be concealer. So I'm going to be using this one here, which is one of my favorites, as you guys know. This is the Chanel, and that's the Corrector Perfector Concealer in the shade 31, because this one is more peachy. So I'm gonna apply that one in the very inner corner of my eye here, just a little dot. Definitely not going to go crazy with the concealer today. I'm going to apply a little bit on my eyelids as well, just because I have a little bit of discoloration on my eyelids. And for the concealer, I'm going to be using this one here. This is by Becca, and this is the Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Concealer, and this is in the shade Light. Forgot to say, I'm in the shade number 12 of the Guerlain Peru Gold foundation. I really like this foundation. It's a really nice foundation. Not very nice applied with your latex glove, but it's a nice foundation. I'll apply this concealer on the areas that I would normally. And this concealer, you guys, is one of the only concealers I like applying this concealer and blending this with my finger. Not with the glove, just with my finger, without the glove, but we'll give it a try with the glove today. So I'm only going to apply on this first area because I actually don't want the concealer to dry there too much, since it's not so easy to blend with this. So I'm going to use my ring finger to blend this in, or dab it in, so we'll see. Actually, I was really scared to apply the concealer, you guys, because I thought if the latex glove emphasized so much my pores, what was that going to do to my fine lines? But it actually has blended it out okay. Better than the foundation blended out, actually. So it blended okay. And actually, it's not necessarily true, the theory of saying if you apply with the latex that you're not wasting any product, because it does spread everywhere, which means that you're actually wasting product either way if you're using the glove or your hands, or if you're using a beauty blender. Everything will soak up a little excess product anyway, in one way or another. I will highlight a little bit the center of my face as well, because why not, right? I'll apply a little bit on my chin, this spot here, and a little bit on my forehead. Since it actually blended out a little better with the concealer than it did with the foundation, might as well give it a try, right? Oh god, there's so many dots on my nose that I didn't even know they were there. I don't know whatever it is that you guys are picking up on camera, but this looks horrible. And actually it even sort of painted my lashes as well, so I look even more weird than usual. Oh, this is not a good idea, you guys. You guys, I don't know if you guys can see it on camera. I could zoom you guys in, but I'm not too sure if I want you guys to get that close to my pores, as they look ginormous. You guys might even fall in there, because I didn't even know I had so much large pores. I know I have a little bit of large pores in these areas, but this is just... this is to the extreme. God, that looks awful. Well, for the sake of the video, I'm also going to go in with a little bit of cream contour and cream highlight, because this is the only thing that I would actually use. I would not give it a try to set my face with powder with the glove, because clearly it's not something that I would do even if I would just use my hands to apply my foundation. But I will go ahead and use this Dior Duo Blush. It's light and contour, so I'm going to use the contour part a little bit. I don't really use this for contour because I find that this is a little bit too orangey for me, so I use this stick mostly just for some bronzer. So I'm gonna just apply that on the usual areas where I want a little bit of shadow, as if I was contouring. But on usual days when I use this stick, I don't necessarily use this for contour. I use it for bronzer. And sometimes I like to apply this with the dual fiber brush, where I go straight onto the stick and I apply that with the brush then. Applying with the latex glove, it is a first. The contour stick, it actually blends quite well either way, with the glove or without the glove. I normally always love how this contour, this bronzer stick, in my case I use it as a bronzer, but I love how the contour color of it, it actually blends very, very easily. And now I'm going to just see if I wipe off any excess of the bronzer. You can't even wipe off anything. Do you guys see how that looks? It looks disgusting, right? That looks so bad. And I'm going to use a little bit of the cream highlight that it comes on the duo stick. I really love the cream highlight. It's really, really beautiful. I'm going to apply a little bit on my cheekbones. Right here. I'm going to blend this with my ring finger. See how that will blend us out. I'm actually just taking this straight from the tube with my little glove and on the inner corner of my eyes. And just because I kind of want to finish this off on camera with you guys, I'm going to grab a cream blush to apply a little bit of blush using the glove still. This is the Makeup Forever blush and it has a very intense color, so I'm gonna try to use a very small amount of this. So this is the shade 515, and the color, even though it's a little bit intimidating on the pen, but it's a beautiful blush. It blends beautifully. Although with the glove it's a little harder to blend, I guess. Apply a little bit of this also on my lids, just to give a little bit of definition on the eyelids since I have no eye makeup on. To finish it off, I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of powder on my face. I'm not using my glove though to apply my powder. And what more appropriate than my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores, since this glove left me with very, very large pores. So I'll apply a little bit of this on. Well, that's it, you guys. I think I'm finished with the glove. I'm going to remove the glove. We're gonna toss this straight in the trash because it looks horrible. I'm gonna take a little makeup wipe actually, just to remove the excess powder from my hand, because my hand is still very white clean. There is no foundation on my hand whatsoever, but there is a little bit of excess powder, as there always is a little bit of powder into your latex glove. Okay. I'm going to quickly finish off my brows off camera and put some mascara on, and I'll be right back to give you guys my final thoughts. Okay guys, so I am back, and all I did off camera was to fill in my brows. I applied some mascara on and some lip balm on, and for my brows today I used my Brow Wiz in the shade Taupe and in the shade Ebony, and these are by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Then for my lashes today I used two different mascaras, because I use my Legendary Lash by Charlotte Tilbury on my upper lashes, and I use my Clinique Lash Power mascara on my bottom lashes. I do not like my Charlotte Tilbury mascara on my lower lashes because it transfers a lot to my under eye area, so I actually don't like to apply that there, but I really love it for my upper lashes because it makes my lashes look very, very long, even though they are very long at the moment because of the Lilash serum that I'm using, but I still do love the mascara though. And for my lips, I just applied some lip balm. I use my EOS, and this is in the smell of acai, and I love it. It smells so nice, and I love these little lip balms. For my final thoughts on applying my makeup with my latex gloves, you guys, it's not something I would use on a daily basis, I'll be honest, because it does emphasize my pores quite a lot. A little bit of foundation actually sits there on the crevices of my nose as well, and the problem is because the foundation that I use today is a foundation that I use all the time. I love this foundation, and what I love about it is because it makes my skin look like skin once I apply it with my beauty blender or a brush. And applying that foundation with the latex glove, when I look close to a mirror, I can see the foundation sitting on my skin. It emphasized large pores on my forehead, which I normally never does. I didn't even know I had large pores over here, because mostly I have large pores in these areas, but even though they are not as large as they look right now, so they look absolutely ginormous, and I do not like that. I do not like the feel and the look of having foundation on my skin, because I do prefer a more natural foundation look. And even if I'm going for something a little bit heavier, I would actually use still my beauty blender and kind of build up the coverage of it, other than having something that it looks heavy and it emphasizes your pores and it looks like you don't know how to blend your foundation. So I think this is a pass. I did like how it actually blended out the cream contour, though I have to say this product blends out very easy either way, but it blended out very easy. I don't know if it's because of the time, by the time I actually got to the cream contour, maybe the heat of my fingers were actually coming through the glove and kind of it actually helped to blend it out even better. But for the rest, I am actually quite surprised of how this makeup looks right now, because I was so in shock and horrified once I started applying the makeup with the hand glove on my hand, and I thought I would probably have to stop halfway through the video and I was not probably going to be able to finish it off because it looked that awful. It didn't blend the concealer that bad actually. The concealer blended out a little bit easier than the foundation itself, I have to say, and the cream blush and the cream highlight and contour, that went on very well anyway because I was already on top of something. But having the foundation just on top of the primer, applying straight away with the glove, it was a little tricky. It doesn't necessarily look patchy anywhere. It kind of looks like it's even everywhere the same, but I did not like how it looks. I don't like how it looks. I don't like how it feels. It's not something that I would use. I wouldn't say that my latex glove is actually going to replace my beauty blender or a brush, as a matter of fact, but this is just an experiment. It was for fun. I wanted to give it a try, and actually I'm quite surprised of the way it looks now comparing with when it started, when I started applying the foundation on. But yeah, it's just makeup. Have fun with it. If you want to experiment and try this on, why not? It's just makeup and it washes off. So that's it. If you guys want to see me doing any more of these experiment videos, then let me know in the comments down below. I'll definitely look for some fun stuff to try out for you guys. That's it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, if you did, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Don't forget to share the video with friends and family that you know this video would be helpful to, or somebody would enjoy it. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.